Now, the night in Birmingham, let's get back there for a second. What happened at the end of the night?
We decided we were going to go home.
Together?
Yeah.
And did anything happen during that night? Did you have a frisson?
No.
Now, did it evolve into something more at all, at any point?
Not in my view.
What do you mean not in your view? Are you Bill Clinton?
No. I didn't know what Sam's intentions were.
What were your intentions?
I didn't have any intention. It was... Jake would text me and he'd say, like, if I'd been on a night out, and he'd say, did you behave last night? Which, to me, gave the impression that he was somewhat maybe interested. Now,
you ended up going out for what I'm going to describe as a dinner, correct?
Yeah.
Now, how did that happen and where were you?
The night in question that the bracelet...
Absolutely.
I was working in London on the Thursday night, and on the Friday I was getting the train back from Euston to Birmingham New Street, and my train was delayed.
I don't care! How did you end up going out with each other?
And my train was delayed. Jake was just round the corner. He said to come and meet him, so I got a taxi and met him.
You were wearing, amongst other things, various expensive items of clothing, correct?
Yeah.
Because you take pride, it seems, and a great deal of expense in your appearance.
Yeah.
And amongst other things, what jewellery were you wearing?
I was wearing a Cartier bracelet, ring, and a watch, a Vivienne Westwood watch.
How much was the bracelet?
£3,700.
That is an expensive piece of jewellery.
Yeah.
When did you acquire that piece of jewellery?
Probably close to 2 years ago now.
You met. Were you drunk when you met?
I'd had maybe one or two, but that's not really that much for me.
Is it not? One or two what?
Pints.
I wasn't drinking because I had to drive as soon as I got back to Birmingham. And we went round a couple of the bars. I'd only been to a few bars in London, so Jake was showing me some of the others.
What do you say happened, Sam?
Well, we were sat at the... at the bar on two bar stools, and the jumper I was wearing was kind of like knitwear. So I removed my bracelet to take my jumper off, and then I went to put my bracelet back on. As I was reattaching my bracelet, Jake went to take it off my wrist and put it on his. And I was like...
went to take it off your wrist?
He did take it off my wrist and put it on
What
his.
did you do?
It was still on the side, to be fair. He may well have been about to put it back on, but it was on the side. And I've taken it off the side and just tried it on.
What did you say when he put it on?
I was like, no, no, no. And I went to take the bracelet off his wrist.
Pause. Did that happen? No, no, no?
I can't remember.
Of course you can't. You were drunk. Then what happened?
I was like, no, no. I went to take it off his wrist, and he was like, please, let me wear it for a little bit. I'll look after it. I'll give it you back before you go.
Those words, do they have any recollection in the alcoholic haze?
He did say to me, I need that back before I go.
During the time you were with each other, did he keep trying to take it off you?
There may have been one occasion where he just said to me, make sure I get that back.
We then moved on to another bar, and then I got a phone call, and it was time for me to go to get my train.
Understood. You needed to leave, and you need to leave quickly.
And yeah, it was quite urgent. So Jake said that Jake asked me to stay, and I said I needed to go back. So Jake walked me to the tube, and we'd arranged on the way to the tube station that I'd get home, I'd deal with what I had to deal with, and I'd turn around and I'd drive back to London that night. I got on the tube, Jake put me on the tube, and when I come up the tube the other side...
To Euston Station, no doubt?
Yep. I had a message off Jake saying, your bracelet, as if to say I've still got your bracelet.
You'd forgotten it?
Yes.
You'd left it, you'd allowed somebody to put it on their wrist, you hadn't told them how valuable it was, you certainly told them that you wanted it back, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I suspect you did that more than once. You got to Euston, it's not there.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it was you, in fact, that texted him to say, goodness me, you've forgotten it.
I did.
Was it still on your wrist?
It was, yeah.
How splendid. Now, you didn't come back that night, I presume?
I tried to, and Jake cancelled on me.
Did you hear from him at all?
We'd spoke a few times. He'd sent me the postcode of his work so I could drive to his work. And then I heard from him about 9 o'clock to say, can you come back Sunday instead?
It must have been quite an evening. And you must have woken up the next morning after having some drinks, correct?
Yeah.
And I want you to describe, insofar as you can, and don't be coy, exactly the situation you found yourself in on that Sunday morning.
That Sunday morning, I'd been out, obviously, the night before.
Obviously.
I'd been out, after I'd left Sam, the majority of the evening. and I woke up at a house party the next morning.
And what sort of state were you in?
I was very hungover.
Were you in your clothes?
No.
Of course he wasn't.
Excuse me?
Of course he wasn't.
What do you mean, of course he wasn't?
Of course he wasn't.
Not some sort of naturist. Oh, goodness me, I'm at a house party. Goodness me, Grandma, did you have a pleasant time at Auntie Muriel's house party? Yes, of course I did. Although, naturally, I woke up naked this morning. For more Judge Rinder cases, click here. And if you've got a legal issue yourself, get in touch with us by clicking over here.